Hello everyone. So in the previous videos we have discussed all about the accounting standards. So in the first video we discussed about the meaning, advantages, disadvantages, objectives of the accounting standard. In the next video we have discussed about types of accounting standards. So in that we discuss mainly three types of accounting standards. One is disclosure standard, presentation standard, and content standards. So we also have discussed other type of accounting standards. Those are evolutionary and voluntary compliance standard, privately set standards, and government set standards. So in the third video we discussed about an important question regarding setting the accounting standards. So in that we discussed, if government is acting as a standard setter, what will happen? If private sector as a body, as a accounting standard setter, what will happen? And if some agency is involved in setting the accounting standards, what will be the scenarios? So in this video we are going to discuss about the standard setting in India. Who are responsible, which organizations are responsible, or which organizations have authority in setting the accounting standards. So due to some health issues I was unable to upload the classes, but from today onwards I'll make sure that every day you will get a class. So in this video we are going to discuss about the which organizations are responsible, or which organizations are involved in setting the accounting standards in India. As regard to our country, which organizations have involved, or which organization has responsibility in setting the accounting standards. So here, if we think about the regulatory organization, so in our mind the main regulatory organization comes into mind is not regarding the accounting standards, but mainly the authority, mainly the financial organization which is responsible, which is a regulatory authority for the finance, is RBI. Like for finance it is RBI. Like for finance it is RBI. Simply RBI, it is a regulatory authority which is responsible for regulation and supervision of the banks and other financial institutions. It includes money, foreign exchange, government security markets, etc. So this is one of the regulatory authority. Same here, the another regulatory authority if we come across is, that is MCA, Ministry of Corporate Affairs. So it is a regulatory authority which provides the legal framework for the incorporation and the proper functioning of the companies. So company sector, corporate sector ಗೆ ಏನೇನು ಬೇಕು ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ಸ್, ಲೀಗಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಲಿಟೀಸ್, ಇನ್ಕಾರ್ಪೊರೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, for any kind of affairs, the Ministry of Company Affairs is responsible for making the rules and regulations. Like that only, we have other regulatory authorities like IBA. So this is IBA. This is Indian Bank Association. Indian Bank Association, which is also a regulatory authority, which is also a self-regulatory organization which is responsible for the bank, for providing the rules and regulations for the bank. So same here, like we have RBI, like we have MCA, like we have IBA and other regulatory authorities. Same here, we have some authorities for standard setting, for accounting standard setting. Same as we are following, as the financial sector is following the rules and regulations of the RBI, same here the companies are following the MCA. Like that only, the accounting standards, the standard setting organizations also have some authority. So which is that authority? That is ICAI, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. So the main organization which is responsible for setting the standards are ICAI, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. So this institution was established in the year 1975, April 21. April 21, 1975. So first of all, this Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, establish one small board, that is ISB, that is ISB, Accounting Standard Board. So ICAI, with association of this board, ASB, Accounting Standard Board, they are in functioning of framing, setting the accounting standards. So the main function assigned to this board was formulating the accounting standards from time to time. So here it is not like once you have framed the accounting standards, you have to go through all the life of the companies. The company has to follow these accounting standards only, but from the time to time there is amendments in the accounting standards. As a time change, as the nature of the company is changing, as the tax structure is changing, the accounting standard board is making changes, or we can say it is making amendments in the accounting standards. So however, ICA with ASB is carrying a very good framework for formulation and issuing the accounting standards. So ASB is responsible for formulating the accounting standards and bringing the changes from time to time. The ICAI is responsible for issuing the accounting standards. So here, if we don't have a regulatory authority, the accounting standards may not be implemented, may not be followed by every every company in the India. If we have some regulatory authority, if we have some rules and regulations, if they have told any kind of fine, if you don't apply the accounting standards, you have to pay that kind of fine to the government, then only the people will follow these rules and regulations. Like we have police for the public for the public convenience, like that only ICA is not only formulating the rules and regulations, they are not only issuing the accounting standards, they are also making sure that every corporate sector must follow the accounting standards. So this is the main institution which is responsible for making the accounting standards. The next is accounting standards and Sebi. So Sebi, we know, Security Exchange Board of India. So Sebi, it is, whenever we heard Sebi, we come to across the securities, we come to across the stock exchange. So Sebi was established in the year 1982, and it deals with the formulation of laws, bylaws and amendments for the purpose of giving smooth and strong support to the stock market. So stock market is a place where the securities are bought and sold. So Sebi, for stock markets, the Sebi is the regulatory authority. For smooth functioning, for easy functioning of the stock market, the Sebi is responsible for framing the rules and regulations. So stock exchange companies, you all know very well how stock exchange and companies are related. The company's shares are bought and sold in the stock market, and for this stock market, the Sebi is responsible for the smooth functioning. It means it is ruled by, the stock market is ruled by Sebi. Now, for the purpose of protecting the interest of the investors, so in the accounting standards, there are some standards that must be followed by the company. They must prepare the books of accounts according to the accounting standards. So here Sebi come across with the association of the ASB, and it is also providing some suggestions for the purpose of protecting the interest of the investors. The SEBI is also providing some kind of guidance to the accounting standard board in respect of the protection of the interest of the investors. So this is how the SEBI came in between in the formulation of the accounting standards, and it is also providing some guidance for the accounting standard board for the purpose of protecting the interest of the investors. The next is the income tax. So income tax, also we know income tax has 5 heads. So in that, relating to the company, the head comes is the, that is what we say is the business and the professions, head of profit and gains from business and the profession. So income tax act we know better, that is 1961. So according to the section 145 of the income tax act, it deals with the accounting to adopt it for the computation of the income under the head profit and gain from business and profession. So income tax has also one head which is related to the business, which is related to the company. So here income tax act also came in between for the protection of this head. They are also providing some kind of rules and regulations in the formulation of the accounting policy, accounting standards. So the last one is the company law. So the word itself is telling the company law, the company act. So accounting standard board is also getting guidance from the company law. So company bill 1990, Company Bill 1997, and also Company Bill 1999 has proposed some prescription of the accounting standards by the central government. So the central government has proposed with 2 bills, that is 1997 and 1999, with consultation of the NACAS. So NACAS, it is an advisory committee. It stands for National Advisory Committee. National Advisory Committee on Standards, Accounting Standards. So National Advisory Committee on Accounting Standards. So with the consultation of this NACAS, that is National Advisory Committee on Accounting Standards, the company law is also providing some guidance to the accounting standards board in the respect of the protection of the company as a whole. So the main institution which is responsible for formulating and issuing the accounting standard is Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, with Association of Accounting Standard Board. Next is SEBI with Association of Accounting Standard Board. Next is Income Tax Act 1961 with Association of ASB. Next is Company Law in Association of ASB with consultation of National Advisory Committee on Accounting Standards. So these are the standard setting, we can say the authorities which have involved in formulating the accounting standards. So this is all about this video. In the coming video, we are going to discuss the difficulties these authorities have come across in formulating the accounting standards. If you have any doubt, you can ask me in the comments below or in your WhatsApp group. Thank you.